Hi, I'm Debbie Ingram. I'm running for State Senate from Chittenden County, and I wanted to take a little bit of time and tell you more about myself as a person. I was born in a small town in the southern part of the state of Georgia, and my father was mayor of our little town, so I learned from a very early age that community service is important. And actually the area that I grew up in is very similar to Chittenden County because it was a lot of small towns around a larger center around Savannah, and very much the way Chittenden County is a lot of smaller towns around the center of Burlington. Right now I'm the executive director of a nonprofit, and I mobilize people to try to address the root causes of some of our community problems like affordable housing and healthcare and education, transportation. So those are the same kinds of things that state senators have to worry about. So I think that gives me some good experience. But I'd also like to tell you a little bit more about myself personally. When I was 14 years old, I decided I had a great love for movies, and I got a Super 8 camera. Back then you didn't have these fancy digital video cameras, so I got a Super 8 camera and I decided to make a documentary about the small town that I grew up in. So I got one of my friends to do the narration, and I shot it and edited it and sent it to a film festival, to a contest, and it didn't win anything, but that was really the start of my love for films and videos. And I've done that throughout my life. I worked in Los Angeles in the film and video industry, behind the scenes in production and development. I also had the opportunity to go overseas to work in the developing country of Bangladesh, and there I worked as a communication consultant and made videos for nonprofit organizations that work in all kinds of poverty alleviation programs, from women's credit programs to urban street children programs to wetlands management and rural electrification. So that was a really great experience. And then here in Vermont, I have had the opportunity to make a film about or against gay bullying that leads to teen suicide, which is also something I'm very proud of. So that's been a very important part of my life. The second thing that I'd like to share with you is that I've had a couple of different experiences living overseas, and I really feel that has been extremely enriching and broadening. The first time I lived overseas was after I completed my master's degree and had the opportunity to do a postgraduate fellowship at Cambridge University in England. And that was actually a cross-cultural experience because England is a lot more different from America than you might think. Even the language is different. So that was a really great experience. And then the second time I lived for 7 years in Bangladesh. And that, of course, is quite a lot different from the United States. But there I really learned how resourceful and resilient people are, no matter what their circumstances, particularly very low-income people. And I also got a sense of community in the broadest sense, global community, national community, statewide community, county community. I think we really have to think of ourselves in terms of members of a community, and that it's important for us all to work together to make life better for everyone. And the third thing I'd like to share with you is my decision to move to Vermont. I picked Vermont as a place to live. I'm not a fourth-generation Vermonter, I'll admit it. But I chose Vermont because it's a beautiful place, because we can do lots of outdoor activities here, because we value our air and our water and our landscape, and also because the people are open-minded and have very independent spirits. And that is really appealing to me. I love Vermont. I'm really glad that I chose to live here. And I want to make Vermont the very best place that it can be. I want us to continue to be a leader in the nation, and I really want to make a contribution, and that's why I'm running for the State Senate.